that delivers.
Greetings to you all viewers. My name is Wispon Malaya, Secretary General Zimbabwe Chamber of Informal Economy Associations, and I am with the ZCIEA National President, who also is the StreetNet International President, Madam Lorraine Glovo. We are happy because on the 27th of June, we launched the ZCIEA Paralegal Handbook, and for the informal workers in Zimbabwe. So this handbook, it means a lot to us, and we are happy about it, and we felt it's important to share in brief to you to understand the value of this handbook. President Lorraine, congratulations for the launching of the book. It has been a long way through, but finally we made it.
We made it. Thank you very much, SG. Thank you to the Secretary General, the leadership of ZCIEA, from the national management down to the territorial leadership, all the leaders and members who participated and were the students who contributed to the final copy of the handbook through the help of Guisai and Matika and Solidarity Center, as well as the international lawyers assisting workers. We are very grateful that we had such professional assistance, whilst members and leaders articulated their lived realities, their aspirations, as well as their alternatives and solutions to the problems which beleaguer the informal economy workers in Zimbabwe.
And I'm so much excited, like you, President Lorraine, even as much as other members who were part of the construction of this handbook. There is a lot of ownership. The issues which are covered in this handbook were coming from the members and the challenges they face. And it reminds me of ILO recommendation 204. I remember the effort we were pushing in 2015 for that to be there, and we have been participating immensely at the ILC, and we also came up with the Convention 190 with the recommendation 206. How do you feel about that and this handbook, the relationship?
I feel very happy because this handbook speaks to some of the policies which govern the informal economy work or operations, not only in Zimbabwe. When we refer to the international standards, we are now looking at the international face of the informal economy, because informal economy is not only a Zimbabwean phenomenon, it is a global phenomenon. But the difference is how each country handles their workers in the informal economy. What needs to be done is to give space to workers in the informal economy to also contribute to policy formulation, policy reform, so that we have policies which deliberately address the informality which keeps on growing, so that at the end of the day, workers in the informal economy will also realize their rights. They will have protection, and they will be able to grow in their work and have opportunity to work in the absence of violence and harassment.
I remember, according to Zim stats, we are, as a country, we are now on about 88% of people who are called workers in the country and are operating in the informal economy. Yet, they don't sit, for example, the tripartite negotiating forum, the Labour Act does not cover the workers in the informal economy, and as well as the bylaws, all of these, they are always criminalizing workers in the informal economy. So this paralegal manual is seeking to address that and put together an understanding that workers in the informal economy are equally workers, and also they are citizens in their country, and they must also be accorded those rights which are given to all other citizens who are either in the formal setup, as long as they are doing work. about our vision in this book, my president. I'm so excited. Our vision of the organization in the book.
This is very closely related because we have a vision for all Zimbabweans to enjoy good standards of living in a working economy.
And our mission, alleviating poverty through transforming informal economic activities into mainstream action. And you remember they then feed very, very strongly into 2030 agenda of the country, upper middle income economy. So it means as an organization, we are excited because we are really pushing the agenda to change the lives of people through knowledge. President, I don't know if you have a few last words to say to
my last words
the
are that SG, yes, it is true, we are also looking at the country's vision, but that can only be attained if all the powers that be embrace workers in the informal economy, first as human beings, as workers, and as legitimate citizens of Zimbabwe, to allow them space to work, opportunity to work, create conducive and decent places from which they can work. Because right now we still have a long way to go in providing for workers in the informal economy. Right now we still have people who do not have places to work from, who continue to be harassed in the streets. So we have to really work very hard. For us, we can only do so much, but the government can do a lot. The government has to do a lot to complement the efforts of the workers in the informal economy, because they are working to make a decent living. They have decided not to be criminals, so they should be treated as workers and not as criminals. And secondly, there are people who think that as workers in the informal economy, we are not educated, we are tabula rasa, we are incapable of thinking, we are a public nuisance, and we cannot offer anything. That is such a very distorted conception. In Zimbabwe, the literacy level is very high, and we are part of that literacy bracket. This handbook was not written by Gwisai and Matika in their office. It was not written by Solidarity Center at their desktop. It was not done by international lawyers assisting workers in their desktop. Neither was it done by ZCIEA in the office. It was the work of the members working together with all these partners in so many meetings which are held and workshops which ran for 4 days, working tirelessly, breaking away into groups and applying their minds and contributing. The biggest work that we had was for all these professional partners, especially Gwisai and Matika, to then take the thoughts of the workers and come up with this document, this Paralegal Handbook, which was made by ZCIEA members and leadership. Contributions, thoughts, sharing their lived realities, and articulating them only in the way the affected can articulate them. As we go forward, SG,
Yes.
and in coming up with popular versions of this handbook, not because our members cannot digest the version, even to share with government officials, share with other stakeholders, so that they do not get lethargy from looking at this big book. The popular versions should be smaller and digestible in a minimum amount of time. We will do it again with these partners of ours. We have ownership of this handbook, and therefore it is upon us. And because you are in the office, SG, I leave it to you. This handbook should go back to the people who started with it, to the people who believed in us as workers in the informal economy. International labor, lawyers assisting workers believed in ZCIEA as an organization. They believed in our members. They believed our members could contribute to this handbook. And Kwisai and Matika also did the same. They believed in us. Solidarity Center believed in us. They put in their intellectual resources, material resources, technical resources to make sure this book comes to life. Therefore, together, ZCIEA Solidarity Center, International Lawyers Assisting Workers, and Kwisai and Matika, we should carry on to produce the popular versions, working with our members and leadership.
I agree 100%. And I know this work, you are president of StreetNet International. We did this for Zimbabwe, but we know regionally it has got an effect as well. But you know what, President Lorraine? Yes. We have every reason to sing this small song, which was sang by our veteran singer. It's in Shona, I know, but it's good to sing it for the world to know. When you have done a good thing, you also have to congratulate yourself. The song is Makorokoto. You know that? Makorokoto, ndio makorokoto. Makorokoto, ndio makorokoto. Toimba makorokoto, makorokoto, makorokoto. Oh, maita zvakanaka, makorokoto, maita zvakanaka. ZCIEA we! Toti maita zvakanaka.